The following is a product of Zack Attack Productions. Broadcasting from the BC to the Maritimes and all across Canada, it's Remotely Zach. And now, from Windsor, Ontario, here's your host, the one, and hopefully only, Zachary Thomas. Hello everybody and welcome to the show. Welcome to Remotely Zach. I am the host, the Zachary Thomas. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Not only am I here, but so is Winter. That's right, there is more white powder out there than on Donald Trump Jr.'s nose. And I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot. When I said I wanted 6 inches, this is not what I meant. It's not what I meant. You know, it's funny. I don't mind shoveling the snow, especially when I have my MP3 player and I'm playing Taylor Swift Ready for It. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. Well, it is the new year, and so far, so good, right? Yeah? Well, you know what they say, new year, new war. So, I guess that's that. That's right, the world is on the brink of war when Donald Trump sent military airstrikes into Venezuela. Couldn't have Canada, could you? You couldn't have Canada. See, this is like at the prom. You couldn't take Bethany, so you had to take Chloe by force. I mean, it's on brand, and he did grab her by the pussy, so, you know. But old Donnie couldn't keep his McDonald's grease-covered hands all to himself. Hear which country he wanted to invade next.
We need Greenland.
We want you out of office. We want you out of office. Me want chicken wings. But that's not all. He joined Republican lawmakers at a retreat where he went on about the dreaded, the evil, and the Lord he didn't auto pen. This is what Donnie Dumbfuck had to say. And by the way, you ought to make a big deal out of the auto pen. The auto pen was your president, Mr. President. Because most of the things were signed by auto pen, and you're not allowed to do that. I signed very little. You know, you gotta sign it. You gotta give it to the auto pen. And you can always tell when it's an auto pen. One thing, it has 2 little tiny dots, and you know that. The 2 little tiny dots, what's that from? 2 pins. They go bing, pow, bing, pow. They do wonderful things. They go bing, bang, boom, wanna bing, bang. That's what they do. Then he talked about his dancing and how Melania just hates it.
She hates when I dance. I said, everybody wants me to dance. Darling, it's not presidential.
She's right. You know who was a great dancer? Barack Obama. Obama did not go out there looking like he was jacking off 2 guys at once, okay? Just saying. Moving on to other news, Home Alone star Daniel Stern was cited for soliciting a prostitute, big words. Who didn't see that coming? Who really didn't see that coming? More news from here, the Great White North. Ontario Liberal leader Bonnie Crombie has resigned as leader of the party. Yes, that's right. The lady you didn't know was Liberal leader has resigned as Liberal Party leader. Don't know who they got to replace her. Moving on, how was everyone's holidays? Mine was great, except I suffered a slip and fall. It really is true. You can't take me anywhere. You really can't. No, this was at home on my front porch. So what happened was, kick out of this, there was a freezing rain. By the way, it doesn't matter if there's an ice storm or freezing rain event. Ice is ice. I stepped on my front porch steps and I slipped. Just went, choo, choo. Not only did I fall, but my tumble was caught on security camera. Who do I sue? Who do I sue? And after I thought, oh God, what if I broke my butt? Lord, what if I broke my butt? Lord, I'd have to go in and get an x-ray and be like, all right, boys, get the machine ready. Oh man, we got a great show for you this evening. I got the weirdest news found on the internet. The only place you can get the weirdest news found on the internet is here on Remotely Zach. But when I come back, naughty signs, bad headlines. If you think, did I read that right? Probably did. Who knows? Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Folks, it's that time. It's time for naughty signs and bad headlines. Ones that'll make you think, did I read that right? You know, dating, it's not easy. Everybody's looking for a little bit of help. Well, got one right here. Want a girlfriend? Help can be in your palm. You can get a 2-for-1 as well. Anyway, you know. Next one, they did Julia Roberts wrong with this one. They did her wrong. Take a look. Julia Roberts finds life and her holes get better with age. I mean, I'm sure they do. Could have been written just a little bit better. Could have been, you know, could have avoided that. Anyway. All right. No-brainer for this one. Statistics show that teen pregnancy drops off significantly after age 25. You don't say. You really don't say. I would have thought it'd been after 19 or 20, but who am I to tell you? Who am I to tell you different? I'm no pregnancy expert. I'm just a late night talk show host. That's what I am. Anyway. Monday, December 1999, shortly before Y2K. Time you probably wouldn't have had to worry about it, you know. Anyway, it's fine. All right. Investigations. Time for real investigations with this one. City unsure why the sewer smells. I don't know. I'm just about to go back to my default of how I shovel the driveway. Just get that sound just to get away from this. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. It's a city problem. It's a Dilkins problem. Anyway, Zach, I know. Look. Haven't made fun of the guy in a while, all right? Haven't made fun of the guy in a while. Just going to put that there. Now, I get you have your favorite sports team. I get the fact that you want to name your license plate after them. I think this was just so poor. Take a look. Kind of sucks when you think about it, but you know. Read this one yourself. And I'm starting to figure out why they closed. Next up, Ohio students lunch interrupted. Oh my God. Porky pig. By grease naked peer. Police taser. Oh, come on. Wonder if it smelled like French fries after. I mean, just think about it. Greased up, get tased. I bet you it probably smells like French fries. Probably does. Probably does. Our last entry for the evening, for these funny headlines. This is a correction. You know, if you make a mistake, you got to correct it. Just like you would if you were in TV, radio. This is the correction. A story in Friday's Journal Sentinel on Jerry Kramer being nominated for the Pro Football Hall of Fame incorrectly named Ringo Starr as a center for the Packers instead of Jim Ringo. Honest error. Honest mistake. Folks, we'll be right back with the weirdest news found on the internet. Stick around. Just an honest error. Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Folks, it's a new year, which means it's time for some new weird news. A Detroit suburb agrees to pay $3.25 million settlement in the case of woman found alive in a body bag. Wanted, alive or alive. Southfield paramedics were accused of gross negligence in how they responded to Tamisha Beauchamp after a 911 call in 2020. The 20-year-old, who had cerebral palsy, was eventually rushed to hospital and died 2 months later. Beauchamp was struggling to breathe when her family called 911. A medical crew tried to resuscitate her and also consulted a doctor who declared her dead over the phone without even going to the home. Later that day, a funeral home opened the body bag and found Beauchamp gasping for air. She was swiftly taken to hospital but never recovered. The Southfield fire chief said that Beauchamp's situation might have been a case of Lazarus syndrome, a reference to people who came back to life without assistance after attempts to resuscitate have failed. So like RFK Jr. From Southfield to Sarasota, it's time for
Florida man does whatever a Florida man can. Look out, here comes the Florida man.
Florida man in red lingerie allegedly hid gun under prosthetic silicone breasts. Quote, "It was ugly. I'm sure it was." Matthew Zacharino was sitting alone in a vehicle last month when deputies approached and found him wearing a red lace bra with the prosthetic breasts. Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd said in a video posted to social media. Zacharino allegedly claimed to deputies that he was going to a costume party, but Judd said he stopped talking when the deputies asked where the party was. So there's a party or there is no party. Can you imagine? He's mad at us for trying to find out why he's wearing lace bras with guns and G-strings, or G-somethings, Judd said. It was ugly. It was so ugly. It was so ugly. So ugly. Zacharino is charged with armed trespassing with a firearm, loitering or prowling, and resisting an officer without violence, according to online jail records. Well, that's the weirdness for this week. You really can't make this shit up. Now it's time to read your dad joke of the week. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with a man wearing a lace bra. Nothing. Which I gotta get out of mine. That's the show for you this evening. I've revealed too much. If you like this broadcast, make sure to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the Zach Tech Productions YouTube channel. You can always follow me on social media. Those links are down in the description below. I've been your host, Zach. Now get out. Closing time.
That was easy.
Yes, it was. Not as much as getting out of that lace bra.